Hey, long time no see. You don't tell, don't be smarting. Welcome to Updates with Precious. And we don't take, we be some here from us. No vex, we just the corner, the look that we fit cook some more things for now. So today for Inside Updates with Precious, we won't touch two matters we say they're very important to us as it concerns the country. We won't look at the group of or the kind of tribunal cases we say we don't get for inside the country in recent times. Certificate forgeries. This one not be only about the president's case or where you dey hear things that one said day on the own gone. But we hear say for as it get to do with legislatures like National Assembly members, say PDP, Labour Party, NNPP, APC, say plenty of them forge certificates. If you also remember when it get to do with certificate forgery, the governor of Enugu State then they finger and say it be like saying NYS get as you use waka. Even said they even be still finger the PDP the PDP governorship candidates for inside Lagos State. They also finger the governor of Lagos State, as it concerns in YX certificate too. So all these kind of things. Why would they in a country where they say people, they like saying a normal thing for people to get that kind of forgery scandals. Na normal thing. Or of course, if you did close to the news recently, you go down here say Atiku Abubakar court waiting for inside Chicago State don't give them license. Say, don't give them approval. Say, make Chicago State University release every record we get to do with Oga Bola Tinubu will be our president to Atiku Abubakar, including in academic records as he used go school there, plus everything we concern in life when he live for the school, especially the ones the way he use also work for around the school. Remember, say if he subpoena the school, knock them, letter say, I would like get information concerning this person want to say school for a school and what's it concern in records where you use go for a school and as it concern how it take do business with for inside the school. So that was said he did for corner. We'll just talk that one, we'll never even talk and finish at all. Hey, tribunal judgment don't come out for inside Kano State. Now be smart and we'll see people they dance for inside street for Kano State though. We don't know, some people say that hired or rented crowd though. Some people say, not the rented crowd though. But as it take happen for inside Kano State now, well, yes, the tribunal don't sack the NNPP governor where they get. Where, by the way, now the son-in-law of Alhaji Musa Kwankwaso, where be the one of the staunch men for inside NNPP. As a matter of fact, the presidential candidates of the new Nigerian People's Party NNPP. So they don't sack and come out. See, because they come out over 160-something thousand votes for inside the vote, carry and give the PDP the APC person. So because of that, they don't tell courts don't tell INEC, say withdraw a certificate of return, carry the certificate, give to the APC person. Then Oga Buba Galadima, where be I chieftain Oga Pata for inside NNPP. By the way, they come up for PDP and enter NNPP. He come and shout, say, let us see the kind of judgment when they come out from our court, which kind of judgment then be this, in fact, it be like saying you don't reach time when be so go wake up all our judges, then when be say, no, they don't say don't tell you. We go wake up all our judges, the way be say don't retire before. Man, they come, they check back all these kind of judgments when they come out of our courts the different times like this now. See which kind of judgment they be this, when they begin go back those judgment to look whether this kind judge them, they judge the judgments them well and all those kinds of things. In fact, there are some things that we say talk with the important. What we would like to touchlight. One is say make retired justices come out, make them constitute a committee to use touchlight all the kind of judgment the way they come out for our courts them recently. You agree with that kind of one? Say make MBS people the way we say them be lawyers and we sabi the law well. Make they themselves they come out. Come also join body to come they interpret all this kind of judgment the way they come out. Because if you like say this thing no good, you don't do well. People come and say, why you they shout now? Because he touch you, I make it shout. Not the only that one. He can't talk, say, another thing will go happen. In fact, see, people like say people don't lose faith for the kind of judgment they come out. In fact, everything concerns justice system for inside the country. People don't lose faith inside. Nobody get faith. People don't get hope and confidence inside again. He can't say one way this will use get better election. Now say make government not they spend ubonge money again for election. Because this election will happen for inside 2023, 305 billion naira. If I talk, I believe they shake me. 305 billion naira. I spent. And part of waiting they spend the money for, say they will give us technology, we will make sure say anything we get to do with rigging, they don't disappear from our election. So how we go spend all this kind of money so? Court no even tell INEC, say come and answer us what you spend our money for to make sure say people get this kind of judgment. Why it be say, and meanwhile this election might get the highest contention. That is not the election what people do and will agree pass. This one will spend the kind of money we will spend pass for inside technology. Now the same election where we say we'll do the I know agree we will do pass for inside Nigeria. Now people no agree, rich say Because the kind of tribunal cases we get for this election, plenty past almost any other election we don't contest for inside Nigeria. I don't know the one that say, why you be saying the more money we spend to give us better technology, we could help us get better election, and the more problem we can get for inside the election. So make an answer that. But to Gabriel Galagin, I call it talk say, not be even that one. Say make government don't spend money again for inside election. So it be like say because of say they spend the money directly to INEC, now make it be like say INEC must dance to the tune of government because now they spend the money. So this time around, we get donor agencies then. Where be saying that then go they fund election for inside Nigeria, so that government's hand no go there inside. INEC hand go come out because at least nobody go say anybody they use anybody. So make them just call individual people there. Where be saying that they go fund election. Make them make up the INEC chairman. Saying go make sure say if I make them not give out 1 naira, so that no go there like say they use her. Then go make sure it's a free and fair election. It talks so many other things there. Those matter there now you be say we won't touch light today for inside updates with Precious. And not forgetting say investigative journalist David Hundeyin. You remember say it is him and some German people that for inside US been subpoenaed the US, some US agencies there. As it is they ask questions, they're not gonna release record we get to do with President Bola Tinubu. Man, what did they call that name? When he can leave all the while where you live for a country from US, waiting be a track record, waiting be the things where you do for a country that period, from all the while we live, gonna release the record and give us. And US Bureau of Investigation, US FBI don't come out and come talk. Say, well, before from the end of this month, we will next every September till other months, say month by month, they could release us batch by batch. As it be say, consign records we get to do, documents we get to do with Bola Tinubu. They say they get about 2,500 documents we consign them. And he himself don't come and come talk say, and if people think say he gets things we get to do with President, say even US get more things we be say and that's President pass them. In fact, as in they now, they talk say when they seek asylum for inside Ghana, they shout also it be like say Nigerian government don't they push Ghanaian government, say push them, make them withdraw him asylum status. Meanwhile, that one under the refugee law for inside the United Nations, it be like say no good at all. But they come and conquer, say it be like say they push him. Say because of that one, they push because they push the Ghanaian government, make them withdraw refugee status, make them bring and come back Nigeria. He said the only thing will make they won't bring and come back Nigeria so that they will kill him. Say no, say if they cannot reach this country, say no go survive him. So the only thing where we say don't do bad for this one because he exposed all the bad things that will happen for Nigeria. E.g., for example, he exposed say, oh, these are the people where they sponsor terrorism for Nigeria. He called their names. What the government do about that until today? They never do anything about that. He exposed different things for the country, including, according to that, how he be say, President Bola Tinubu be used they involved one way or the other for things we get to do with drug trafficking as he used for fit money that year for inside Ibo USA. Well, no matter what we do inside this, something I just bad break because it can't be like saying, let me just hear this matter. I did Mr. Darlington with me. Mr. Darlington, a barrister of the law. So no vex if I don't call him barrister Darlington. They used to calling ourselves Mr. and Miss Precious. Mr. Darlington, welcome.
Thank you, pretty Precious. How are you?
I did fine. Just watch my mouth, just type like that.
It took a while though. You would have done well in comedy.
I don't fit. I'm too serious for comedy. I don't fit. I don't get any atom of humor for my body. So, Mr. Darlington, where we want to start from inside this matter? Make we start with Buba Galadima. Make we start with even the judgment itself will come out from the Kano state. Where you want make we even start this matter going
in fact, all of them are not too.
Most start with Atiku and the documents and when you expect from US.
You don't mix all of them are topics now.
So which matter where you would like start to touch like okay, make we start with Atiku because Atiku won at 48 hours, 24 hours don't pass. So within the next 24 hours, suppose don't expect or collect documents the way you see you supposed to collect. If that court, for instance, Nigeria will sit down, if you say the court will still grant them access to those documents, that's one. And then secondly, what do you expect to see from those documents so Atiku will collect?
Thank you. Now the game don't change. It's no longer a question of I did not, I authenticate, I did not authenticate. Now a US court has given order and they no burn you well, make you disobey court order for US. It's not possible. That means somebody must go to jail. Contempt of court, they know they take and go for US. So now that court has given order, all those things that they were hiding from us will come out now. You know, they say truth cannot be hidden forever. No matter how you try to cover truth, it must show up. The only mistake wey Tinubu make na to come out to contest for the president of Nigeria. I'm telling you, he knew all the baggages that he's carrying, yet he came out. What does he expect? This scandal will make for him, even after his presidency. Because he called for it. That is the normal thing.
But you'd expect anything. How about if really nothing different come out from the US courts?
No.
Because people don't already finger the Chicago State University as university where you see plenty corruption dey inside them already. So in case nothing extra come out, what do you like really expect?
No, the first time we discussed this, I told you about Chicago. I told you. Thank God Hundeyin said it, that a lot of things goes on in that university, Chicago State University. It's one of the low grades. And for that reason, all manner of, in fact, is a city of mob. I told you this thing. Go and check the first this thing we discussed. I mentioned it, and I thank God after that, many other informed people, they were saying it about that particular event.
So you're not going to be surprised if anything extra?
Yeah, anything? Because why would they be speaking from both sides of their mouths? Remember that when this matter came up in court, the Atiku lawyers asked him to ask their lawyer to authenticate the document. He said they cannot.
Under oath.
Can you imagine? Now the court has given them order. Is it the same document that they are going to produce? Because I was expecting them to see whether what Atiku was holding was a fake or forged one, so that they can now ask Atiku, where did you get this thing? But because he came from there, they don't fit talk. You see, even when Atiku presented it at the tribunal here, I was expecting the tribunal to ask Atiku, where did you get this thing? If it is not authenticated, if it's not the genuine one, then they should ask Atiku whether Atiku went to Oluwole to go and forge it against Tinubu. They did not do all those ones. They discountenance it. That is why the court is not saying, okay, you university, bring what you have. And they are going to swear under oath. That is the difference here. All this while they never do that kind of thing. Everything they are presenting to the court must be under oath. And God will help them if they lie to the court. It is then that question will now be asked. Who has this one? Because you know there are two versions of that certificate. Who get this one? Who get this one? Then from there, a lot of things will be unraveled.
Okay, since we see the look at the matter we concern President Bola Tinubu, in a couple of days, the US FBI will release some documents, some batch of documents.
They say from October, yes.
Then they say so. They could start from the end of this month now, so begin release them. So what will be the things that we would expect from those documents, and we also expect considering the relationship right now between our president now and the United States. What will be the kind of they would expect anything. What would expect really from
Precious.
them? They cannot preempt you.
Precious. It's unfortunate. I told you here that Nigerians don't know Tinubu. Most of our leaders in this country, their dossier is out there. I'm telling you, their dossier is out there. They know them more than you and I. You don't know any of these leaders. Their dossier, their real person. The Western world has the document. They have their dossier. This thing that everybody is going to bring up now, by the time it's for sale, you now agree with me. For somebody who has lived there for that long, and for all the things that they have been following him now, even all this one that they are talking about Chicago, do you think that Chicago State University is doing all this for nothing? Money is being induced. That investment must have been induced for them to be covering him this far. Because I don't see why a university should be covering him. And that's what the FBI is going to find out. Remember, when this thing came out, the FBI now said they are going to investigate that university. And
but in case FBI no find out anything, or in case one don't see anything different from
FBI don't dabble into trivialities. No. For them to say they are going to release 2,500 documents.
But not be on they talk say, wait, just hold on, Mr. Valisi. Not be on they talk say the US gets interest for Tinubu to be president. So if they get interest for Tinubu to be president, that be then get FBI. They're not going to tell FBI say, "I not release this kind of document, I not see go bring wahala."
Hold on, you don't get it. There has been international pressure. The CSU want to save their name because you don't enter a problem. You know, when somebody have shot himself on the right foot, he'll be looking for a way to. So the CSU is trying to save their name as it is now because of Tinubu. I'm telling you, anything they are doing now is just to save their name because their name has been dragged to the mud. You need to go to social media now. The university has been reduced to nothing because of what they are doing.
Because if we even go by the transcript where it be say that one where it be say Mike now Robin so
exactly
when they release you show record, good academic record if I say. However, the person will go to school na Tinubu will be female, not be male. So we don't know whether that error from the school.
No, it's not an error. It's not an error. That person came from somebody in maybe in Tinubu family, and it's either the lady is no more alive or they have kept her at the background. If not, how can the university make such a mistake?
But then how come the same university, when they respond to the subpoena by Atiku Abubakar, they come talk say the president of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, went to Chicago State University?
Because
that means you don't already testify by that testimony, say, by that letter you talk, say, or that reply, say the president go their school, then waiting be the big deal.
Listen very well. You know, when you tell lie, when you lie once, you will tell another lie to cover the first one. All this while, that university have been saying it, that Tinubu went there. So, it will not be easy now for them to say, no, we don't know him. But that certificate they issued, that female, they have not been able to explain to the whole world how a university can put female in a male gender.
Okay,
so what they are doing now is, they are trying to cover the lie they have already told. They never knew that this will escalate to this level.
Okay, so all of these things now, as they happen now, it affects a journalist, David Hundeyin, because he come out with, a few hours ago, come do video talk, say in life they in danger, where he seek asylum for inside Ghana, under the United Nations law for asylum. Say they pressurize the Ghanaian government, make the president of Nigeria or the government of Nigeria, they pressurize the Ghanaian government, make them withdraw their asylum status so that they could repatriate and bring them back to Nigeria. And he's saying no, say they bring her come Nigeria, he could die. And the kind of reviews when you don't make concerning the president, the fact saying they're associated with narcotics, they release the papers, because some people for those who go find out those papers and all that go put out. So however, a lot of people don't talk say, well, nothing David don't talk when say people be no, but people they hide them before. So what will be your reaction to that?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You know, there are some people when they say something, they may not take them serious, but David himself being somebody who is there and who is playing at the international level, and by the type of journalism he's doing, people will take him more serious because the documents he brought out are authentic, and so nobody will discountenance it.
So now when the thing that affects his safety now, you think say the Ghanaian government will fit actually release him back to
why would the Ghanaian government do so? After all, Anas brought out the Ghana Judiciary. An investigative journalist did it in Ghana. So why would the Ghana government now, it will not be too good for their image? Somebody did it in Ghana now.
Because even himself talk and say they get good image as people will be say they sabi protect refugees well. But hope say they no go fit. Maybe in the fear whether they no go fit too.
No, if it is
pushed by Nigerian government.
If it is based on this particular fact, they cannot. The Ghana government will not give him up. Because I told you that Ghana have set a precedent. One journalist called Anas. He brought out the Ghana judiciary. It's on record. A whole Ghana judiciary.
And in the country, nothing wrong.
Now, so Ghana government, they won't, in fact, they will even protect him more because he's doing a good job. Why will the Nigerian government over one? He's not a criminal. He's a journalist. So why, in fact, the UN and other international organizations are even watching on his back.
So you don't understand the matter. What did you talk about? Say it did some documents in the release we get to do with the Niger intervention where you say Nigerian government they won enter into. As if he said they want to intervene, enter inside Niger. So he bring out that document to say, oh, Nigerian government don't they already send troops, they made them go near Niger border, you know, and their airspace. So I see that one. Once he say you attack another person, will get their own territorial power. That one means say you don't go find trouble. The person will not find you trouble. You don't go find them trouble. So as he released that document, people now don't they look and say, oh, you know, say Ghana and ECOWAS country. So say, oh, the push now say, in stop waiting ECOWAS supposed to do. And I hear they from push up. Say the intervention where they supposed to, because you know, say when you don't spoil person intervention ahead of time, intervention, this kind of thing supposed to be surprise attack.
Look.
So when you don't bring that record, when you make the thing not gonna happen, say now while I don't find it out.
I don't think so. Niger government, you mean say they don't get intelligent agencies?
Not about intelligence, but in make am public.
It is that look, it's like a woman that is pregnant. After 6 months, everybody will know say you get belly now. If they attack, anytime people will know. I don't see this is making a mountain out of a molehill.
But he stopped the attack before it even happened.
No, he didn't stop it. Yes, he didn't. No, he did not. How could he have done that? He did not.
Because he exposed documents which shows say they want attack before.
It's on record that Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, they were already on ground. They were watching over their land border and their airspace. So what Hundeyin did is not too extraordinary. There's nothing they would have done that the Niger government wouldn't have known. It's not possible. Everybody saw when they were making move, holding meeting in Ghana. All the security team, they were holding meeting in Ghana now, and it was being reported every day. So people knew. But the only thing that they did not give a date. Remember, it was public opinion that calmed Tinubu down. People were telling him, and there's not an interest.
So even after Senate rejects it.
Exactly. So there's no way Tinubu has gone to the D and come out cleaner.
All right. So Mr. Darlington, we'll not get time again. What could face get to do with our tribunal cases? The case we get to do with NNPP versus APC for inside Kano State. We know as election is play out, and we see the overwhelming support for NNPP rather during the election, especially as the say so the person who they say as the godfather of politics for inside Kano State. So as election don't do, as tribunal don't talk like this now, come out some votes from his son-in-law, will be candidates as a governor, carry and put for APC, declare the APC person winner. Waiting be your take on that judgment before we go to the reaction from Abubakar.
In fact, it is wrong. You know why I say it is wrong? I'm not talking about the judgment, but the action preceding the judgment or after the judgment. You see, when you give such a judgment, the person who lost still has a window to appeal.
And he don't appeal already, he say that.
So why do you withdraw his certificate?
It is inconsequential now because he go see the governor.
Exactly. So all those things are immaterial. But what I'm saying is that the excuse they gave that there is a certain 165,000 votes that were taken from a APC and given to NNPP. Please, Precious.
Sir?
This thing that they are using now against this man, do you realize that it was the same thing that they used against Hundeyin and Hope Uzodinma?
How?
Good.
Explain.
Good. In the case of Hope Uzodinma and Hundeyin, they claim that some votes were not counted in favor of Hope Uzodinma.
Yes.
And when those votes were counted,
they assumed say all the votes from there will go to.
Good. Yet he did not give Hope Uzodinma victory. Yet they gave it to him. It's on record. That was why.
But what's be the rationale behind the fact say the assumption of all votes from those areas where they're problematic? What's be the rationale? Say everybody where they are supposed to vote for.
That is what that.
Even though saying in a strong ground.
Exactly.
But not everybody there go.
Exactly. That is why people are very surprised. The thing play, there is a hand of face of doing all this thing because Kano State is a swing state for any government in power. It was Kano State that gave Buhari victory, and a Tinubu presidency cannot be comfortable with the Kano state in the hands of an opposition party, and he's thinking of 2027.
But then him and Kwan still get a lot of meeting.
But it didn't work out now. They didn't give him appointment. They didn't give him, but yes, now it was rumored that they did not agree because Ganduje was vehemently opposed to it. Remember when he said if I had met him in the villa, he would have slapped him. So he must have mounted pressure on Tinubu. Yes.
Oga Tinubu don't prefer to work with person when
exactly
when getting loyalty
exactly
first.
Because Kwan was going there and they were having a rapport. Even he visited him in France when he was abroad. They were having a rapport until Ganduje now said for losing Kano to Kwankwaso's son-in-law, he no go come become somebody in this administration.
So you feel say that one not get anything to do with this judgment when they come out from the court?
Is it not obvious? Even when they were giving the judgment, they did it virtually. Nobody knew where they were talking from.
The first time they get virtual judgments, virtual tribunal judgment.
Nobody knew where they were talking from. We don't even know whether it's the woman being that read the judgment or spirit.
You know, so they be first reserve judgment. Say, you know what? We'll talk about this. We'll leave them. We will give them a judgment later. Then when the Congress say they will give them, they do them virtually.
So that they knew what they were doing.
So if you like saying, I will start.
In fact, they knew what they were doing. The only reason why is Kano State is important to APC. That is just the simple truth.
Okay, so let's look at the reactions.
Because if they go for appeal now, you will see what will happen. And thank God there's an appeal at the Supreme Court.
But then, if we talk, say, Kano State belongs to NNPP, and we'll see the overwhelming support to NNPP get during the election for Kano State, both presidential and governorship. Now, we can't see the opposite, as if we say these judgments happen, even though, say, now virtual will leave with the judgments. But we'll see as people go street, they jubilate. And you know, say people don't tire for the governor already. Remember, say the governor starts on a demolition note. Begin, destroy everything, rebuild, destroy, rebuild. So it isn't that vendetta they work against and we make people don't turn against them now.
No.
Or we making them lose favor from people.
No.
Or
it is normal though, because Ganduje did a lot of abnormalities in Kano State. All the places he built, the complaint was that he gave out green areas, government reserve areas to his cronies where they built structures. And it is not good for the original plan of Kano. That was why the man wanted to redesign Kano. If Ganduje felt that he should have gone to court now, so the crowd that was jubilating, what did they know? They were rented now. Even if the devil come today, devil have more followers than Christ. So even if you bring Satan now and bring Christ now, you will see that more people will follow devil because of the illusion he will promise them. That is the truth. Nobody will clap for Ganduje for what he did in Kano. Nobody. Except they don't know what is going on in Kano. But if they know truly what Ganduje did in Kano, no, he doesn't deserve any.
Okay, so Shapani, make we look at the reaction of some people, especially NNPP chief Galadima concerning the judgments. The team playing and well, and some of the things where we say, he don't react based on all the judgment the way they come out from our courts in recent times. Now, say one, be like say we'll go wake up all our judges we don't retire, not the ones we don't die. The ones we don't retire, we'll go wake them up. Come call them, make them constitute a committee. Where we say they go use sit down, come begin torchlight each and one of all these kind of judgments where our court they release in recent times. You think say that one for you?
It's possible. Look, the way it's going, a lot of permutations will come to play because the judiciary have disappointed Nigeria.
Yeah, because even to people don't lose confidence.
They have seriously. We no longer have Kayode Shaw, Justice Oputa.
But are you worried about something? How possible they say people already don't they talk before tribunal cases ever start? When they say go to court, say make judiciary no do anything, make they not do. The judgments come begin come out, people come still they even talk and more say their hope don't come out lost. What's it they happen?
Because yes, when they are telling you go to court, that means they are already aware, they are already sure. Because in a normal climb, if you know the type of judiciary you have and somebody say go, you'll be shivering. You say because you know that within your conscience that this thing will not be in your favor. But when you see somebody with all the baggages, all the illegalities, all the fraud, all the deceit, and he still proudly telling you go to court. Go. That means, yeah, you know, there's a proverb in Nigeria. They say any child where him papa sent to go and thief in a neighbor's house, he goes there with boldness. He doesn't fear. He goes there and keep the door open and tell everybody should come out. So this confidence that the APC have, every time go to court, there must be something behind it.
So wait,
unfortunately, they are destroying our judiciary.
So wait, waiting Buba Galadima talk. Is it possible say they go fit actually begin recall the retired justices and maybe begin touch like
it's not possible.
You know they possible.
Even this one is calling the international court. It's not possible because there is a sitting government. It's a sovereign state. Yeah, no international.
You see, make donor agencies, they made they sponsor election. Instead of us to spend plenty money, they do election. In fact, they don't want thing again when you talk. He say instead of us to vote for all across all elections, we vote for presidency, vote for legislators, vote for governors. Say make we just vote only presidents and legislators. Say make it be say the rest of them make president that appoints them. Because no need to the risk people like make people they die for all the elections then. And at the end of the day, you know, nothing to show for them. You can say that one go work.
You see, what he's saying it cannot work because our constitution or laws cannot be run on sentiment of one man. You still have to go to National Assembly where the proper laws will be made. So unless that is done, Galadima is just blowing hot air. After all, he was a Buhari's boy yesterday. Now
he was once a PDP boy.
So now look at him. So these are the things. When you are affected, you start shouting from the rooftop. But in all, let the judiciary save itself. I am not happy personally. I am not. Seriously. Because they are now ridiculing the legal profession. They are now ridiculing.
So how about the legislatures? Is he say they get, as we wrap up, is he say they get a job here too? Considering the fact, say, their fit gets to amendment to the Gudo on the electoral act. Because we've been very excited. Don't say, President Bola signed the electoral act. Exactly. But the fact that the electoral act still give room for us to even swear people in while tribunal cases they go on. You think, say, legislatures don't get work to do there?
They have a work to do now. At least what this election have taught us is that the electoral act is not perfect. That is just one lesson.
So every hole we can submit a block.
That is the work they are going to do now. All those things that that is causing problem now, they should now go and rework it. Whether somebody put those things there for this kind of controversy, it is now left for the legislator to work on that electoral law so that A will be A and B will be A. Not when they get to court, they start looking at it. This thing resembles B. No, this one, it looked like A. No. Are you sure this is, that kind of nonsense? Like this Abuja issue. Let it be settled so that nobody will have the temerity to come and start dragging us round and round over irrelevant issues. Even though we know the truth. But because there is that loophole, when you create a loophole in the law, somebody may exploit it. But our own electoral act now should be watertight based on the experience we have had now. In fact, nobody should be sworn in except all the election matters are settled. Nobody. Both the president and the governor. Let it be settled. And the only way it can be settled is if we have an electoral act that is straightforward.
Okay. So, Mr. Nancy, just as we wrap up, David Hundeyin will be Lagos boy and he will be journalist. In the fear, say, maybe what happened to the league will not happen to him because of his work and his profession as a journalist. You get a word to drop concerning that, especially to the Ghanaian government.
You see, the world has moved on. Rats should not follow lizards and enter the rain. Because if the rain dry on the lizard, it may not dry quickly on that of the rat because of the body of the rat. The rat has so many hairs. So the rain may not drop quickly. What happened to Khashoggi in Turkey? Let nobody come and claim that if it happened now. Delegiwa was in the 1996. By that time, we don't have any technology and the world have not come to this level. Even all this mysterious murder, let it not happen under this presidency. It will not go well, I'm telling you. Because the international community, they will not take it kindly. they will not. They will hunt you
But
down.
don't be this same international community one that said they support every existing African government.
Not in this case.
Mm.
Yes, you don't have a good record. You don't have a good record.
So even if they support you, but they will look you with one eye.
Yeah, no. You don't look. There's like, okay, look at the Chicago State University. Initially, maybe they were, we saw the tweet that Tinubu was sending. They should cover him. They should not release his beginning. Did their background at the end of the day? There's a limit to hiding things now. When the pressure is too much from the international community, they will say, let us look into this matter. So it doesn't look as if they are.
So what will be your direct message concerning
the direct message? Nothing should happen to David Hundeyin. He didn't commit any crime. If you think he has offended, take him to court. That's what we are. If you think there's any slander or libel, take him to court.
That is lawyers to represent.
Yeah, that is why Abadi said that they don't need any law to control the social media. That we have enough laws in our to challenge any infraction. Exactly. So all this you did it. If you are sure that what they said against you is wrong, go to court now. Is that not why they call? Are you not telling us to go to court? Why would you not go and assassinate somebody because he's saying something? That means you are guilty already.
You know, saying they fear make what happen to Nnamdi Kano not happen to them because if they repatriate and come back, if you face the same kind of.
Nnamdi Kano, look, that's okay. Look at Nnamdi Kano. Why do you think that the guy is still alive?
I mean, was Simon a Castile? Nobody don't call us.
I say, why do you think Nnamdi Kano is still alive? Is it because of the eye of the world is on that guy? The United Nations is watching Nigerian government over that guy. I'm telling you, you know that UN have written letter to federal government concerning Nnamdi Kano 3. So they can't do anything to him. At the end of the day, they will just like they did the Al-Mustafa, Abacha 6 years. They will do the same thing for Dasuki. Because these people, they have information that they wouldn't want them to release in court.
Okay.
That's why there will be no prosecution.
All right, thank you.
Even the next year, nobody will prosecute him. They are not talking of plea bargain. So why are you making all this caricature of yourself?
All right, thank you.
The government?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Darlington. When you don't hear what Mr. Darlington talk, we hope say the new president of Ghana, who they hear this one, and the government of Ghana and all the security agencies go fit here and make them protect our own journalists, David Hundeyin, and nothing happened to them. But in case you wonder who David Hundeyin is, you know about them. And in case you never read some of his work, go visit type West African Weekly for inside your YouTube or any other space. Make you go check what we say they do. And if it also go there, make you subscribe to the work we say you do. If you check those places, you will see the work. And if you subscribe to the things that we say you do. And here we'll come break on top updated pressures. We hope say we don't update you for some things the way you don't miss as they share for inside the Nigerian space as it concerns politics and governance in recent times. Very soon, we will bring more come to you because go take now. FBI will begin release documents. And go take too. Within 24 hours now, Atiku Abubakar go get information we say they expect from Chicago State University. I will come back here, come sit down. Make you tell her how this matter did be. Now, updated precious with this. Thank you as a follow us watch. Mr. Darlington, thank you. See as they smile as I talk. Thank you as a follow people. In a smile I say you enjoy the talk as I talk. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Darlington. So tomorrow that Mr. Darlington, today now Mr. Darlington's birthday. Today now Mr. Darlington's birthday. So if you watch this and you enjoy Mr. Darlington analysis, help me extend warm wishes of birthday to Ram. If you send your comments and reactions that you get from inside the YouTube page, we will reach out. Your prayers will reach out from there. We appreciate it. My name is Precious Amy. Subscribe, comment, and like if you like what we do. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.